Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a live vidcast with your favorite Xtreme Boss Babes. Today we have Wanda, Latoya, Shelby, and myself, May Renee. And today we do have the pleasure of speaking with the beautiful Phnewfula. She's the founder of Happy Mango, an online store for eco-friendly products for babies. Before that, she spent most of her years, about 20 years, in the music industry as a regional promotions manager. Hello, how are you today?
Hi, how are you guys? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. It's our pleasure. And where are you located right now?
I am in Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta, Georgia. How's the weather there currently right now?
Hot.
Hot. Yes.
It's hot. Yeah, it's like 90 degrees, I think. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's still pretty hot.
Oh, yeah. So you got that Florida weather. That's what we're feeling right now.
Yeah, it's super hot.
Well, hi, Miss Nafala. I'd like to know. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you came from working in the music industry to founding Happy Mango?
Sure. Yeah, I got into the music business when I was 19 in college. Um, and I took off and had a career in the music business. And then I had um, an industry shakeup. We were consolidating labels, and I hated my boss. And I was planning an exit strategy. And I created an online store, an online clothing boutique. And I quit my job and had that for maybe a year. And then I got pregnant with my son. So during the time that I was pregnant with my son, I found it very difficult to find eco friendly products for babies all in one place. And I was living in LA at the time where you would think that would be easy, but people who look like me weren't really welcomed into the eco friendly scene at that time. So I decided to start my own business, and I started it online because I didn't want any mothers to have the same experience that I had. So I took 2 years off, and then I decided to go back to work, back into the music business. And I stayed there for about 6 more years until I got pregnant with my daughter. And then when I had my daughter, I quit my job in the music business for good, and I opened Happy Mango in Atlanta. I opened a physical store. So we've had our store open for 5 years, almost 5 years.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And how would you say business is doing with everything going on with the pandemic, protests, and things like that for you out there? Because I heard it got hit pretty bad there.
Yeah, it was quite difficult for us, and I would say still is, because Atlanta is really an emotional hotbed. So while the rest of the country is doing a little bit better, it's still quite difficult for us because we had riots, and then we had COVID, and then we had riots, and then we still are dealing with police brutality issues here in particular. So it's rough for us in Atlanta, but business is we're steady. Being a baby business, it's not a luxury. So, it doesn't matter what's going on. A mom still needs a car seat or a stroller for her child. So, our challenge at this time is just getting them to purchase it from us instead of someplace else because it's a necessity.
So you would say that COVID 19 didn't have much of a high impact on your business? Still
Oh, no,
okay?
no, no. That's definitely not what I said at all. It
Okay.
had a huge impact because we were
Okay.
closed for 3 months.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
So we just reopened on Saturday of last week. So we've been open now for 8 days.
So
Right.
did you not take some of it to online?
Yes, you did.
We did, but our store is about 40% online and 60% in store. So we lost all of the in store traffic.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Well,
that's
I know
definitely.
there are some better in store right after. Um, I'm sure everything will work itself out here shortly for you on
Yeah.
that part. Yeah. So as far as being in the music industry, how did you, you know, I know you were there for 20 years, and why did you decide to exit? Was it something you just got tired of, or it just wasn't your flavor anymore?
I don't think it's really a great place for a mom. Some others thrive in the music business, but for me, I'm also a single mom, so I guess that makes a huge difference. Um, the amount of travel that was required away from my children, it was almost impossible to keep up with, especially when I had a second one. With my first kid, I took him on the road with me all the time. I would have him in the hotel with my interns while I was doing shows. But having two, that's difficult. And then with him in school, it was more difficult to pull him out. And it became a lot. And then the music changed. And it's very difficult to have conversations with my son telling him not to do certain things when that is literally what I'm promoting. So it, it didn't mesh well with me anymore as a person.
Yeah.
Views change.
So speaking of being a single mom, so when you made that transition from the music industry to Happy Mango, what is your experience like now of raising your children and being a business owner?
Oh, I mean, if we're quite honest, it's a shit show every day. It's still very, very difficult because as a business owner, you're responsible for everything, and then as a mother, you're responsible for everything. And sometimes those two responsibilities don't coexist and you have to make a choice. With the pandemic, my children are out of school. So I have to homeschool and work from home. My employees were furloughed, so it is my responsibility to carry the business and to still parent these two children that I'm in the house with all day, every day. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, but my children are really amazing. So I think they were very helpful. My children were helping to pack orders. My children were really trying to do everything they could to be helpful because I was the only person that could keep the business going through this transition while also trying to parent them. So yeah, it's not easy at all.
So you guys have just been trying to find that work slash home, balance through all of this.
There is no balance, so I don't know how much truth you want me to tell.
I know that's
Um,
keep it real.
it's not a balance. It's a decision every day. Am I going to do more for the business today or do more for my children today? There is just not a balance because someone needs something different every day. My business is essentially like another child, and someday the business needs more than the children need. So then the children have to chill out so that I can attend to the business, and vice versa sometimes.
Absolutely.
But I think that's kind of great that they're seeing what you're doing and kind of helping you when it comes down to being a business owner.
Yeah.
So they're learning that for sure. And that's what we're trying to get our audience to do. Because, Shelby, you can relate to that with your daughter being the age that she is and has her own business too.
Okay. So as a business owner, what are some obstacles you had to face?
Oh, well, I mean, there are a lot. There are obstacles just as an entrepreneur. There are obstacles as a woman entrepreneur, and then there are obstacles as a Black entrepreneur, and then obstacles as a Black woman entrepreneur. So there are several. I mean, funding is one of them. There is so much less funding available for Black entrepreneurs than there are other entrepreneurs. It's more difficult for us to just walk into a bank and say, hey, here's my business plan. Can I get a loan? And so I think that's probably the biggest hurdle for most businesses is funding, because it doesn't matter how great your idea is if you don't have the money to execute it. So I would say funding is probably the consistent hurdle for most business owners.
Okay. So what do you see yourself and your business in the next 5 years?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
Where do you see yourself and your business in the next 5 years?
I see my business expanding and being able to run without me so that I can pursue other things that would expand the business further and I don't have to be in the store every day working. And I see also bringing my children into the fold a little bit more so that they can start taking pieces of the business that are age appropriate and manage them themselves so that when they graduate high school or graduate college, they already have a solid path and income coming in that they can choose what they want to do.
I know that's
Okay.
And for people like us that's in Florida and our audience, if they did wanted to purchase something, where would they go? What's your website where they can go to purchase some of your items and see what great products that you offer?
Sure, it's www.shophappymango.com.
All right, thank you.
And what about your social media? Where can they find you on the
It,
socials?
sure. For Instagram, it's at Shop Happy Mango. We're Happy Mango on Facebook and Happy Mango ATL on Twitter.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So what are some of the things that you sell in your stores? They're all baby items.
Yeah, mostly it's baby, pregnancy, and kids. So we sell, like, if you were pregnant and needed to do a registry, we sell everything that you need for your registry: car seats, strollers, mattresses, bottles, cribs, rockers, clothes, pacifiers, diapers.
Cool.
Yeah, most certainly. I definitely will be sharing that with some of my friends that are pregnant right now.
Yes.
Yeah, just to see what make sure they come through you and patronize your business. I mean,
Hey, thank you.
And
yes,
the
most
great thing
certainly.
is it's eco-friendly. So that's a big thing
Yes.
for a lot of people that they're
Yeah.
really into eco-friendly products and things right now. So that's a great
Yeah.
thing.
Wow.
So do you have one store now, or
I have one, so we're online and then we just have the one location.
Oh,
okay?
cool.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, for new business owners or existing business owners who don't own an actual brick and mortar, what advice would you give them when it comes to wanting to open a storefront? What would you tell them? Go for it. Go for it. Wait. What would your
Um,
advice be to them?
I think it really all depends on where you are in the business. Like, if you're online, I think it's really important to make sure that you have a customer base to open to. It doesn't mean that you're going to fail if you don't, but it's always great to know that when you open the doors, you will have money coming in. If you have an online store and you have no income coming in, that's a bit of a gamble when you open your store because you're marketing cold. So I would say if you have enough money coming in to cover your bills for the first couple of months, when you open your physical location, then that would be a great sign that you're ready to open a physical location. Is just making sure that you have your finances together, because moving from online to an actual location is a completely different host of expenses.
Yeah, so pretty much you're saying they have to prepare and really put that money back into the business and saving, enable for them to open that storefront. Because, we're trying to teach our audience when it comes down to if you are online, save that money. Don't go and just spend it on unnecessary things just so you can see the bigger picture of investing back into your business.
And also
Yeah.
too, a lot of people they want like the instant gratification, like, oh, I have a storefront, oh, I have a storefront, and it's like they get there and they don't. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It goes fast, and it's kind of like what they see. But like you said, you started out elsewhere, and then you went to the store, and you've been there 5 years. So I would imagine you're extremely successful.
I mean, it wasn't an easy transition at all. Um, it wasn't at all. I started online and then I did a pop-up in a very high traffic, popular area in Atlanta, and it was amazing. We had customers all day, every day, but that's because the place that we were at had customers all day, every day. They weren't there specifically for me. They just happened to buy from me because I was there. So I didn't do all of the homework that I should have done to see what the difference would be if I pulled out of that location and went to a standalone. Like, we didn't have a loyal customer base. The place where we were at had the loyal customer base. So when we moved to the standalone building, I mean, our revenue dropped 80% for like 6 months. So I had money saved up and then I brought an investor in. But other than that, we wouldn't have been able to make it. Like, the expenses are just really different. You have rent, you have employees, you have utilities, you have all of the licenses that you have to have. Like, when you open a business, there are bills that come to you that you didn't even know existed. Like, did you guys know that you get a bill every year for someone to come and check your fire extinguisher?
What?
Yeah, those are things that you learn when you have a bill. I had no idea that that was an actual bill that I have to pay every year for someone to come and look at it and tell me it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah. See, that's really great advice to really get that out there to our audience because we want them to know that doing that research, it's hard work. It's not just the glitz and glam that they see that other business owners go through. So definitely thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And unfortunately, in the space that we are in social media, you see certain things, and a lot of times what you see is not really what you get. And it gives a lot of people false hope. Like, you see this person came up with an idea one day, and then they have this storefront and they're making, you know, $5,000 in an hour. And like, that generally isn't how it happened. It generally does not happen that way. And I think it's really important. There's a group of us business owners who have made it our purpose to make sure that when we are speaking, we tell the truth. You know, that it wasn't easy to get to where we are. It's not going to be easy for everyone. And I don't want anyone to see Happy Mango and just think that it was an instant success or it was easy. It wasn't. If I'm going to speak, I need to be able to tell you the truth and the steps that it took to get there, to save someone else from seeing something, not understanding, and then possibly losing their savings or their home trying to fashion themselves after something that's not truthful.
I love
Absolutely.
And I definitely would like for you to repeat the name of your website. I would also like you to, repeat your socials, social medias there, so the audience can hear for the second time, how they can do business with you, and for myself as well. Especially like I have those friends for the baby shower. I definitely will patronize this business. I really think you got a great thing going on, and I definitely want to be a customer.
Sure. Our website is www.shophappymango.com. Our Instagram is at shophappymango. Our Twitter is Happy Mango ATL, and on Facebook we're just Happy Mango.
All right.
Great.
And definitely, before we wrap up, we would like to always ask, our talent and business owners, what is a boss up motto, a word or phrase that you would say on an everyday purposes or want to leave with our audience?
Yeah, that you just have to start. Like, if you have a business idea, you just need to start. You don't need to wait for the right time. You just need to start, because once you get started, then you can take your plan of action and figure out if it's going to take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But if you're always waiting for something else to fall in place to start your business, then you never start it. And starting doesn't always mean, going from 0 to 100. Starting is something as simple as seeing how much it's going to cost to register your name, or seeing if someone has your domain already. You just have to start.
Thank
And
you.
those are definitely
Yes.
some things that we assist with here with what we do with Xtreme Boss Babe, is finding out that information, gathering that information for individuals who are looking to start their business but maybe don't have the time right now. That is something that we definitely assist with, getting them started.
And we also, in sharing stories like yours with a lot of the new and existing business owners that watches our platform, come to our platform, also allow us to give them exposure through ads and things like that, just to get more people to see what they got going on. That's one of the things Xtreme Boss Babes does, and we will be sharing your business most certainly. And we greatly appreciate having you here today. And just don't forget Xtreme Boss Babes. We will also go and follow you on your social media sites as well.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Okay, Phnewfula,
Have a
it was
great
nice
day.
talking to you.
Nice talking
Okay,
to you.
thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.